Good afternoon and welcome to the Liberty Trees Breaking News Desk. I'm Chris Branham. From the political pages of the Babylon Bee, a trusted news source, we have Biden releases controversial new memoir, If I Rigged It. From the New York Times, a masterful, compelling, and totally hypothetical story, If I Rigged It, by Joe Biden. Wilmington, Delaware reports, to commemorate the completely fair and honest election of 2020, Joe Biden has announced a brand new memoir called If I Rigged It. The book is already being met with critical acclaim for its compelling description of a total hypothetical situation where Biden and the Democrats fraudulently steal the election. Listen here, Jack. If I had stolen the election, here is how I would have done it. My book will give you all the dirty details. This book is a masterpiece, says the New York Times. Biden, who totally wrote all of this by himself, draws the readers in with a compelling narrative of a totally hypothetical story. His prose are artful and engaging. The description of an effort to steal the 2020 election is way more believable and interesting than Trump's baseless claims. In short, Biden is a genius. The book has soared to the top of the New York Times bestsellers list in its first week since release. Experts predict it may become the best-selling book of 2021. Critics have also given the book a highly suspicious work that reads more like an actual confession than a memoir. Trump media outlets, fact-checkers, and social media outlets have all dismissed these critics as baseless. If I Rigged It is currently being sold in hardcover for $29.99 and will be available at Amazon.com or wherever books are sold. Also from the political pages of the Babylon Bee, on January 4th of 2021, Biden promises a nationwide mask mandate and a woman date to be gender inclusive. This from Washington, D.C. In light of recent events, Biden has updated his COVID plan to include not wearing just a mask mandate, but a mask woman date as well. In a prepared statement given to his nurse and posted on Twitter, the completely legitimate and unquestioned president-elect apologized for the sexist language of his plan. Listen, folks, we all make mistakes. I realized this morning that my COVID plan includes a mask mandate, but not a woman date. I have amended it, and also a woman date. Oh my goodness, a woman did his plan as well to include a woman date. Biden read off his teleprompter. We will be adding a mask non-binary date and a mask gender query date, a mask two-spirit date, a mask polygender date, and a mask non-binary trans species date. More dates will be arriving as we continue our research to make sure that no one is left out. We are inclusive here. According to sources, the Biden transition team has grown alarmed at the number of times the word men appear in the English language. They have been working around the clock to replace all usage of the word men in their plan with the word woman. Unfortunately, it was determined that the word woman is also problematic. They then replaced the word woman with people who menstruate. We have a long way to go, said Biden, but I know that in time we will mend our nation's wounds. People who menstruate then Chocolate Tuesday. This from our new president-elect. In more political news from the Babylon Bee, the Party of Progress votes in a 289-year-old Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. Washington, D.C., Nancy Pelosi has been reelected as Speaker by the Democrats in Congress, despite her being 289 years old. According to sources, it was not clear exactly how Pelosi was still alive, or exactly what was physically holding her together as she lifted the gavel in triumph. Pelosi is the candidate of the future, said Rep. Gerald Connolly, who was visibly nervous. She will make a great speaker, and I look forward to working with her to protect my career. The American people. Democrats and representatives. Yeah, I screwed that. Democrat representatives insist their vote was based solely on a stellar career, and not on the fact that she can destroy all of their lives and careers forever and overall. Pelosi is just kind of a fresh-faced dame we need, said Biden. Responding to the news, youngsters like her have all the good ideas and all the energy needed to stock the applesauce near the trampoline baloney. Well, it's believable at least. Pelosi expected to serve for the next 2 years or until her head falls off, whichever comes first. Last, from the health section of the Babylon Bee, Cuomo has been seen pushing barrels of vaccine into the Hudson River. From New York, New York. According to sources, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has recently been seen pushing massive barrels of COVID vaccine into the Hudson River in order to prevent non-priority populations from receiving it. When approached by angry people on the boardwalk who accused him of wasting the precious vaccine, he replied, "You think this is a waste? Do you want this vaccine to fall in the hands of white evangelical Christians or Orthodox Jews? I don't think so. I'd rather see these vaccines swim with the fishes. See?" Liberal witnesses relented, unable to refute Cuomo's artful and airtight logic. Cuomo has announced strict penalties for any healthcare workers caught giving the vaccine to the wrong person, ranging from fines of $10 million to 15 years of hard labor in Sing Sing prison. As governor, it's my job to make important decisions, like who lives and who dies, said Cuomo. If you're not one of my priority people, I guess you just need to do some soul searching and think about what you're doing wrong. Cuomo has promised to stop dumping vaccines into the river as soon as all his constituents have been vaccinated. This has been Breaking News with the Liberty Tree. I'm Chris Branham.